I'm here selling art. Look, I'm at the convention. See how big it is? They got toys, they got comics, they got jewelry, they got all kinds of stuff, but I'm here selling art and toys. $46.68, filled up gas in the Fit. It was empty. I meant to do it yesterday, and it fell off my radar, and then I was like, well, you know, I'll get it on the way back or whatever. But like, no, I was on E. So it's about 6:15 right now. I woke up 5:30-ish. I planned on getting up at 6 thinking I should get up early, and then spontaneously, well, I had to pee. I got up at 5:30, but I could barely move. I had been asleep for less than about 5.5 hours. That's not so bad. Then I got up. That's an exciting story. I'm still asleep, I guess. There is no one. It's like a ghost town everywhere here. I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts to get breakfast to eat, and coffee, more importantly, on the way. So I should be getting there. I got out of the house within a half hour or so, and I should be getting to the place around 7:30, 7:45, which will give me, 15 minutes or so, half hour to like park, get situated, and then an hour to move everything in and set up, which is not enough time. But my goal is to have everything in the building and at the table by the time early bird hits, and that I will reach.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good. You?
Good. How can we help you?
I actually just put in a mobile order for gas.
Alright, let me look that up really quick for you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and pull forward. We're still working on it, but we'll have it for you.
No worries, thanks. I got 36 minutes to go. That means I've been on the road for a math amount of time. I think I ate too much. I had an egg and cheese croissant and a cinnamon roll. The idea being like, well, I'm probably not going to eat lunch and I'm going to be doing a bunch of moving and stuff, but I probably could have skipped the cinnamon roll. Or saved it. I could have saved it and eaten it later. That's what I should have done, but I just golfed them both down. I golfed them. The sport where you walk in the sun. Nobody wants that. Nobody. So it's at Pasadena Convention Center, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be parking here or not. I've been to this convention center several times, both as a guest, or both as someone attending and someone vending. I've stayed at a hotel down the road. I've driven in, and because of that, I forget where to go. And I'm on this line for parking here. I think what happens is people that are just parking to go to the show pull off to the right and vendors keep going straight, or they're going to tell me where to go, but all the signage says to go here, and my memory is terrible, so I'm just going to do this. As I'm online for this hopefully correct parking, it is 7:42, which means I have about an hour and 18 minutes until early bird people start coming in. 8 o'clock, got my wristband, got my table. I didn't park in the loading dock, which I've done previously, but it kind of takes longer, but I'm a little bit further than I thought I would be, and I'm definitely gonna have to do like 3 trips, so maybe didn't handle this in the most efficient way possible. I'm going back the way I came. The convention center's here. There's a hotel over there, and then I'm parked kind of to the right and underneath that building, and I definitely think, I don't know, maybe there's a more direct path. I guess we'll see in a minute. Meanwhile, I've got, I want to say 2 days left of my Kickstarter, and I say it that way because yesterday I had 3 days left. But I thought I did the math so that it would end Monday at midnight. But now I'm not sure if it ends Sunday at midnight or Monday at midnight. I got to check that. I may be off by a day or 12 hours or something. No backers yesterday. Got one this morning, which is cool, before even soliciting here.
Wah, 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 wah. This town, is coming like a ghost town.
All right, not including the little bits I brought when I first walked in. This is trip 1. I have probably 2 more trips at least. It's not supposed to get too hot today, and it's actually borderline chilly this morning. So I wore pants, which is fine, and this coat, but just the exertion of doing this and being inside this specific building is very hot, so I'm gonna have to take this off because I'm starting to sweat already. 8:17, first load dropped off. I always like to get the tablecloth on first before I put stuff on the table, because otherwise then I gotta move everything around. So, okay, I think I could do 2 more trips and be back before 9 and maybe have things a little bit started to be set up. It is boiling hot in this one little area, this little
like just part of the building where you have to go in and out of the elevator is like 170 degrees. Everywhere else is chill. Not here. Not heat miser must be here.
All right, second trip. Here it is. It's a little bit overloaded, but I am confident, however, that I could get the rest in one trip. So there we go. Oh, I should close that door, huh? 8:32, second full load dropped off. As I cobble my bottles. All right, and the final trip is small, so I had 3.5 total trips. I think if I sell a little bit, I could get back with 3, maybe 2, who knows? Meanwhile, I'm sweating to death. It's super hot in the building and cold outside, so pneumonia, here we come. Also, I saw a few people. I saw Pauly Shore, who plays Bulk from the Power Rangers, but I left him alone, I just saw him. And then I saw, I don't know his name, unfortunately, but the host of Yo Gabba Gabba. He had his whole gear on, the orange suit, the fuzzy hat, and he was waiting to get on the elevator with a bunch of people, and I thought he was a cosplayer. So I'm looking at him, and he kind of gives me a wave, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was a guy that looked just like him, but it was really him. And he was cool, and I shook his hand. 8:49, I am not even a little bit set up, but all my stuff is here, so. Minutes to 9. Luckily, I have all this stuff that was priced, both by myself and the big dogs. I threw that out. That's gonna kind of be the art area. The thing that takes the longest to set up, other than pricing things, is the big backdrop, which I think I'm gonna hold off on doing. Meanwhile, if you look at this gentleman, whose name is Shane, this is his lovely art, and he's got this, which I was thinking about getting, and seeing it, I might try to quickly buy it and bring it to Kaiju Brooklyn. Say hi, Shane. Hi. 9:16, somewhat more set up, got a little comic area going, got my printout. I'm gonna fill these bins with stuff once it's priced. Gonna try to get rid of this for next to nothing. Nobody's here yet, hopefully they don't show up. And my new goal is in the next 45 minutes to get everything set up with the exception of some pricing. Another vendor bought a bunch of my toys. A little bit of a discount on the group, but that's fine. And I've already made table back based on that, so that's good. 10:30, a half hour after full opening. I still have, I'd say, half of the toys behind there that need to be priced. Big Dog's been helping me out remotely. I set this up with just Mighty Morphin and a few of the guests that are gonna be here, including this one that I created just for the show. I got my giveaway piles and I got my Kickstarter. And then over here is my sad little, like, I'm a comic artist, which is more than I've had in the past. Not sure what to do with the pins. Kind of got this set up. I got to fill in 2 there for a gap, and I got to populate that. But overall, the pressure's off, and now I'm just filling in gaps. It's 10:38, so we've been open technically an hour and 38 minutes, officially 38 minutes. I did sell a couple Mighty Morphin headshot prints, so that's cool, and I continue to put more stuff out. Testing 1. Testing 2. 1:45, and it's picked up a little bit. Not crazy gangbusters busy, but you know, things are moving. The bottle is empty, and I'm dying of thirst. Walk in a minute. I decided to take a walk to replenish my water, maybe get a coffee, use the restroom, and right at that time, it started being just, not crazy busy, but just busy enough that every time I decided to step away, somebody would step up. So now I'm doing that. I'm walking back from the restroom. This is the first time I've walked to the floor at all, other than walking in to drop my stuff off. Going back to my table, but I'm going to take the long way around. Art sales have been slow. No one cares about the comic at all, even when they're buying Godzilla art or whatever. I can't get anybody to flip through it, pick it up, look at it, smell it, acknowledge it exists. Meanwhile, toy sales have been okay. So far, today has been very mediocre, but we're only about, not quite halfway through the day, so we'll see how it goes. 1:17, and there's an ever-evolving landscape. I keep putting new things out, moving things, selling things. I've sold enough that I've been able to rearrange. And it's always shocking how the prices go up on some stuff and down on some stuff just 6 months later, which is why it's kind of frustrating to always have to reprice things. Art, again, not doing great, but much better than comics. Coming up, I didn't look at the time. I want to say it's coming up on 2 o'clock. I'm walking over here. I'm looking for Pete Capella, voice of Silver the Hedgehog, who I think is over by the food court. Wait, there's the food court. Oh, there he is. He's down here. See the guy? He looks like he's Steve Zissou. What's that movie? The Life Aquatic. Yeah, this guy. He looks like The Life Aquatic. That's who I'm looking for. All right, say something.
Testing.
Whoa. No! Ooh, I don't like that. 3:20. Things have certainly slowed down. I did an interview with my buddy Pete, the Silver the Hedgehog voice, and ATO Worldwide came by for a while, which was good because it got dead. And I walked away and it was not a problem. And I have some more stuff to put out, but I'm realizing that I'm going to be cleaning up in less than 2 hours. So I think I'm just going to stick with the setup I have and and bring less next time, which is something I say every time, and we'll see if I ever listen to myself. 4:22, we close in less than an hour. It definitely slowed way down, but I've had a couple sales here and there. I did sell a copy of issue 1 and issue 2 of my comic. I was talking about the Kickstarter, and they're like, well, I'll buy the first 2 copies. Basically, one person purchased, another person didn't purchase, but took my card and was like, I'm gonna look into this further, but actually like looked at the comics. So maybe 2 to maybe 3 people showed some amount of interest in the comics after I pointed it out to them. Nobody took interest unless I pointed it out to them, and 1 actually made a purchase. So that's not nothing, but it's not the, probably like 20 people are gonna, follow the Kickstarter, and then in the last minute, that didn't happen, and I should have never thought it would. My neighbor wanted to go shop, so they closed up early. People across the way are almost done closing up. Places of other things closing up, but a lot of people are still open. I'm toying with the idea of closing up early, maybe putting away the art, but leaving the toys out, because the art takes longer. Well, everything takes longer. Really what I'm thinking about is the 3 trips that I have to take all the way there and back. I did the math. I didn't do amazing, but a lot better than I thought it would. I'm in the neighborhood of just under $600. Now that sounds better than it is, because I got to take off for the table and everything else. So my profit is probably closer to $400, but that sounds better than it does, because less than 100 of that was art. So that means, if my profit is 400, the art profit is a lot higher, it's actual profit. I mean, minus the percentage. But the toys I sell, I bought them, and some I bought and sold for more, some I bought and sold for less, but it averages out to it's more or less getting my money back. So a good day would have been closer to 1,000. This was like an okay day. And I'm not complaining, and I got another convention next week and maybe one the week after. I might be coming back to this area for a Toy Fest, possibly. So we'll see. But I'm gonna go have dinner with Pete and another person named Rich and his family. This is the story I've told before. Thinking about closing up early, somebody just came by, said, oh, your prints, I'll take one of every Power Ranger print you have. So I just sold a bunch of Power Ranger prints at the last minute. It was my art. Lovely person. They came late. They missed the person they wanted to meet. We talked Power Rangers. I made a sale. It was nice. It was a good way. It's not over, but it was a good way to end if that is the ending. It's 5:05, and I am really cleaning up now, and so is everyone else. 30 minutes, and I'm mostly packed up here. Looking pretty good. No trips to the car yet. I'm outside, first trip back to the car, and it's a little warm, but kind of nice. I feel like the hot part of the day is over. It's like 5:30 going on 6, so this is just like getting cool again. Ran into an artist who I haven't talked to in a while, who I've met basically through shows, and we're like Facebook friends. We're like, and so I was catching up with him a little bit, and then I remembered, wait, I have to hurry up and pack so I can go meet Pete for dinner. Can't be having fun, I gotta go have fun. First trip down. This is through sales and reconsolidating. I have gotten rid of several boxes. I definitely got rid of that half that I would need to bring, like I did 3.5. The bad news is I still think it's gonna be 3. I think it's gonna be 2 and then like a light load, but not just 2. So I got 2 more ahead of me. So 1, taking the second trip, that'll be all for the third trip. 6:10, second trip done, 1 trip left. Well, the tables have gone to sleep now, so the convention's officially over. 24, final trip, I'm in the elevator. I thought I left my water cup behind, so I left my stuff and ran back and ran forward because I wasn't tired enough, but I didn't leave my water cup, so I just ran for no reason. 6:27, so just under an hour and a half. Next time I'm here, I need to use the freight elevator because it's a longer wait, but the walk back and forth is a nightmare. Also, I have this, I got rid of I had a regular hand truck, then I had a folding hand truck. Then I got this sort of office dolly, but I need to get one of those wagon things that people use, which won't be good for bringing on flights, but I end up using my rolling suitcases on flights anyway. And I'm seriously considering getting an on-table bracket bar over thing to hang up my prints, if I can get one that'll hold my 11x17s well, because it's lighter, takes up less space, quicker to set up, and I can take it on planes easier. So these are the 3. Also, stop bringing so many prints and comics, everything. Too much everything. Learn your lesson, guys. But the first 3 I'll definitely do. The last one I tell myself to do every time and fail. Look, there's a little cat here. Hi, little cat. Yeah. Cool. Pose. You get that good leg, That girl. Is a good one. Now, I want to take a video going down these stairs, but I'm afraid I'll kill myself because I always almost trip, even when I'm not filming. Hey, it's late. it's like 11:15 or so. I went to dinner at my buddy Rich's house. They got this cool area out back of their house, and they got their dog and their cat and their kid. And some other friends came over, and I got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in person in quite a while. And have some grilled cheese and tots. And then my buddy Kevin was there, who did the variant cover that is yet to be published, but I made pins, so I brought a couple of those out. It's like, oh, what? Not everyone had seen his art, so we shared that around. I had it on my iPad. And then my buddy Pete wanted some Godzilla art, so I brought that because he was giving it to a friend of his. And, you know, one friend was talking about this awesome workshop they did. My other friend has this cool acting job, and everybody, it was just good. It was a lot of fun, a lot of positive support for everybody, a lot of creative juices. And it was really good, and I would have probably stayed longer, except I got up at 5:30 in the morning, and I knew I had to drive an hour and a half home. And even now, I should have left earlier, because I'm going to get home at 11:30, got a coffee. I'm hoping I'll be able to go to sleep, but I needed it to stay awake for the ride. Yeah, so the show was like mediocre, but I did get some fun social engagement at the show, and I really enjoyed the, you know, for lack of a better term, after party at my buddy's house. And now this is my engine, so sleepy go.